What's up YouTube, Nihilist Flicks here again, and I'm back for part 2 of my Blu Ray Collection update. This is all my standard Blu-Rays, so without further ado, get right into it. First up, got 21 Jump Street. Got 101 Dalmatians 2. Got 300 Rise of an Empire. 127 Hours, great film. Just the fact that, you know, the film primarily set with James Franco when he's trapped in that little canyon area, and it's still entertaining. Is a true feat. So definitely recommend that. 2012. Y'all remember the whole craze about 2012 back in what was it? It was December 21st, 2012. Good times, remember that? Good times. Beautiful Mind, phenomenal movie. I absolutely love this film. If you've not seen it, definitely check it out. It's amazing. I remember I even wrote a paper about that movie too. So much I loved it. Got American Beauty, another phenomenal movie. Got the classic Alice in Wonderland. We got American Hustle. We got The Big Sick. This is, I think, an Amazon movie. Yeah, Amazon Studios movie. Black Mass. Got The Big Short here. Birdman. It's an awesome red case there. Great movie. Just the fact that it looks like it's shot in one take is amazing. So definitely great editing in that. Blood Diamond. Great movie. Definitely. It says on here it was nominated for 5 Academy Awards, but I rarely hear anyone talk about this, and it's a great movie. Got the Aristocats, or the Aristocats rather. Great movie, man. Can't go wrong with as the movie stack falls over. Can't go wrong with, you know, classic Disney animated movies there. ATL. Grab a stack. Got Bambi. It's a cool lenticular slipcover there, along with Bambi 2. Got Batman Under the Red Hood and Battle of the Sexes. Got Booksmart. We got the Boondock Saints. Great movie. Never seen the sequel. Never heard great things about it. Got Brooklyn. Why do you keep falling over? Chef. Definitely don't watch this movie when you're hungry, because my god, the food looks amazing. It's a great movie too. Another great movie, Chronicle. Lost footage film where these kids become superheroes basically. Collateral. Got The Counselor. Great cast, but kind of disappointing movie. It wasn't that amazing. Got The Crow. Stylistically great movie. I mean, I love the visual style of this. Got Deja Vu. Don John. Great guy film. Got Don't Breathe. And Dope. Great movie. Alright, we got Dumbo. Classic Dumbo. Due Date. Enough Said. Fargo. Haven't checked out the TV shows. I heard it's really good. Don't need to check that out at some point. The Fox and the Hound collection, so 1 and 2. Frankenweenie. Game Night. The Gift. Got the David Fincher American Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. And along with the Swedish version with Noomi Rapace. And I also got the first sequel, The Girl Who Played with Fire. I don't have The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. I believe that's what it's called. And I haven't seen the new one that came out last year. Was it I forget what it's called. Amazing movie, man. But also based off the popular book. They're both phenomenal movies. They're very similar because they follow the same plot line, but I feel like the differences are more or less in the ending in terms of how the ending goes, because the American version is a lot more somber, a little bit more of a more sad ending, versus the Swedish version. Some other slight differences throughout the movie, but I prefer the American version slightly, but it goes either way. I don't have an issue if anyone says the Swedish version is better. Unfortunately, we never got any more of these movies from this cast and David Fincher. Got Godzilla, Good Boys, a recent pickup here. Good Will Hunting, Gone Baby Gone, great movie. Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl, another phenomenal movie, man. David Fincher, he is. I know I throw out underrated a lot, but honestly, I feel like he is a little underrated because he doesn't get talked about a lot. And his movies are fantastic. Another great movie. Another great movie here, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Man, I just love Wes Anderson. I love his direction style, the way he shoots his films, his comedic approach and everything. It's not really like anyone else who's really doing it in the more, commercial mainstream side of Hollywood, even though he's not really that mainstream, but definitely great movie. We got Green Lantern, Emerald Knights, and Green Emerald First Flight in this awesome green case. Got The Hangover, first one, obviously the best one. Happy Feet, Her, fantastic movie. Just the fact that the concept is basically a love story with Joaquin Phoenix's character and Scarlett Johansson, but the thing is, Scarlett Johansson though is essentially like an operating system, and just seeing how these two, Joaquin and this OS system basically go through a relationship, its up and downs. It's quite fantastic how it was able to work, and you cared about it. At least I did, and a lot of people did, because a lot of people love this movie. Fantastic. If you've not seen this, it's great. John Carter, got J. Edgar, got The Imitation Game, Insidious, Inglourious Bastards, classic Tarantino. It Follows, great movie. Like I said in my last video, I'm not the biggest horror fan. I'm not really a big fan of like the jump scares and like the shock imagery that a lot of I feel like modern horror films tend to go for. But this is a bit more psychological is kind of what I look for. It's a great movie. Horrible Bosses and The Hurt Locker, fantastic movie. Got The Jungle Book, Jungle Book 2, Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox, the very first DC anime movie I watched, and honestly, I don't know what drew me to get this, but I heard it was great, so I decided to just go for it, and I loved it. I've essentially bought every single DC animated release since this, so still definitely one of my favorite ones, so definitely check this out if you're a DC fan. These animated movies are not really geared towards, they're more, they're all like, I think, PG-13, so they're not necessarily really geared towards children, so definitely some great ones to watch, and that's definitely one I recommend. Got some more here, Justice League Doom, and Justice League The New Frontier, Kick-Ass 2, got the King of Comedy. Saw a little resurgence in popularity with the release of Joker. Got The King's Speech, Kingdom of Heaven. Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure. A Lethal Weapon Collection, so you got all 4 lethal weapons here. A Lion King 1.5. I thought I had 2. I guess I don't have Lion King 2. Got a Manchester by the Sea. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Great movie. Moneyball. Another phenomenal movie, Mud. Underrated. Oh well. I mean, it's essentially like a coming-to-age story. Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon. You have a young Ty Sheridan in this. Sam Shepard. Just a great movie. Matthew McConaughey was phenomenal in this. Got Mulan 1 and 2. Very excited to see this the live action. Fortunately, with the whole COVID thing going on, it got delayed. I think sometime in the fall. So sucks to have to wait for that. Got Neighbors 1 and Neighbors 2. Great. I really enjoy these. I really like the first one. And got The Next 3 Days. Got The Nice Guy. Night at the Museum. The Night Before. No Country for Old Men. Great movie. Olympus Has Fallen. Fun movie. Though the CGI car crash at the beginning, horrendous. Absolutely horrendous CGI. Moving on, I got Only God Forgives. A lot of people were really excited for this movie before it came out because it was Nicholas Winding Refn teaming up again with Ryan Gosling after, the critically acclaimed Drive. But if you've seen this film, it's pretty hard to describe what this movie's even about. Visually, it's fantastic. The cinematography in this was off its charts, but the movie was Out the Furnace. Paddington. It's a nice, fun movie to watch. I need to check out the sequel. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Great movie. I love this movie. Again, based off of the novel. Again, like I said, like with last video with Love, Simon, I just love, these, high school centered movies that are essentially like coming of age stories. And again, I mean, Logan Lerman did a great job, playing this, very awkward kid, having just moved to a new school. And yeah, Ezra Miller was fantastic. Emma Watson, great. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. I don't have 2, but I have A World's End. And then On Stranger's Tides, and I don't have the 5th one. First one's really good. I haven't seen any of the other ones. Next up, we got The Place Beyond the Pines. Movie just kind of divided into 3 separate storylines that they connect, but they're like, first you get the Ryan Gosling section, and I think it goes into Eva Mendes's, and then into Bradley Cooper's, if I recall. But really, really cool story. Really enjoy the movie. Platoon. Pocahontas 1 and 2. Predestination. I heard it's a really great science fiction film, so definitely need to check it out sometime. The Princess Bride. Prisoners. Great. The Raid 2. Let's see. The Rescuers Down Under. Or The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under. We got Rush and Savages. Silence. Great film. Scorsese. Again, not his best by any means, but I feel like it should have gotten more attention than it did, because it's a long film, and it wasn't as captivating as his other stuff that he's done. Goodfellas and Casino, and his most recent film as well, The Irishman. But definitely a great movie to check out, and definitely a slow burn, but in my opinion, it's really worth it. Silver Linings Playbook. Sinister. Really enjoyed that one. Snowpiercer. Social Network. Great movie. Southpaw. Spotlight. Serenia. We got, well, the first 6. So, we got The Phantom Menace. Trash. A lot of people, I understand. Because, okay, I know a lot of people like the movie, or some people do. But, really, the only cool parts about the film, or at least that I enjoyed, pod race was cool. Death Mall fight, it was cool. But, I mean, who Death Mall, who says, like, 2 lines, 1 line, I think, in the entire movie? Why do I care? Trash. Attack of the Clones. It's a slight improvement, but still trash. Revenge of the Sith. Now this is what I'm talking about. It still has some of the same issues as all the prequels have, but to a lesser extent, and it's essentially a story that I think all the Star Wars fans wanted to see unfold on the big screen. So definitely, for me, it's actually a top 3 Star Wars film. I love this movie. Got A New Hope. Probably my favorite movie, Star Wars film. I think it holds up well, and yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. And probably right behind it would be Empire Strikes Back. I mean, what can you say? It's classic. And then Return of the Jedi. Honestly, I did not really like, the first half of the film. I feel like they just really diverted the story for really no reason. I just felt like it was kind of a waste of time and kind of just killed the pace. But it has its fans, I guess. Taken. The Terminator. Titanic. Tropic Thunder. The Usual Suspects. Water for Elephants. Got The Way, Way Back. Another fantastic coming-of-age story. Definitely recommend this if you've not seen this. Winter's Bone. The Witch. World War Z. Just a fun movie, man. And kind of sucks that the sequel has been kind of in development hell for such a long time. But definitely a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. And then the last of the standard movies, we got X-Men Days of Future Past, The Road Cuts. Next I got some Criterions. We got Dazed and Confused. Great movie, classic movie. I got Fantastic Mr. Fox. Probably my favorite Wes Anderson film. The original Godzilla. Moonrise Kingdom. Seven Samurai. Silence of the Lambs. The Tree of Life. Y Tu Mamá También. And just some regular cases for the Criterions here. Bottle Rocket. Chronos. The most bland Criterion ever. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. The Devil's Backbone. Another great Del Toro film. The Following. Fantastic. Christopher Nolan's essentially directorial debut. You got The Game, David Fincher. And then last is The Royal Tenenbaums. We got some Bond movies. We got the Sean Connery Collection, Volume 1 with Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger. And then Volume 2 with Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, and Diamonds Are Forever. Got the Roger Moore collections as well. Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, and The Spy Who Loved Me. And then we got Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, and A View to a Kill. And then the last one I have here is the Pierce Brosnan collection. It's GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Never Enough, and Die Another Day. I'm missing the Timothy Dalton collection and the George Lazenby, maybe that's how you pronounce it, collection, and of course the Daniel Craig one. But this came out on 4K, so I went ahead and sold my collection of that. So Alright, just the last few box sets and special editions here. Got the Pacific miniseries. Got the Bloom Camp 3 digibook, so it includes District 9, Elysium, and Chappie. Very cool set. A lot of nice info and pictures of the movies. District 9, as we know, it's amazing. One of my first Blu-rays I actually bought. When I first bought my Blu-ray player, this is one of the movies that I wanted to watch the most, and it's still amazing. And it's crazy. The budget, the lower, relatively lower budget of the film, just the CGI and just the CGI they were able to pull off in this film still looks pretty good to this day. The other films are, they're alright. Let's see, you got the Alien Collection, or Alien Anthology, so you get all 4, or at least the original 4 movies. So Alien, classic. I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time. I love the suspense, the horror. You can't go wrong with it. Aliens, another fantastic movie as well. I'm more of an Alien guy versus Aliens, but they're both fantastic. Alien 3, I like that they try to go back to the more suspense and horror aspects of the original, but just the production issues and development of the film really butchered its quality. And then Alien Resurrection can go drown itself, or like, spoiler alert I guess, but like Ripley did, it can go into that vat of acid or whatever it was, fire, I don't know. 300, the complete experience. Great movie. Visually is impressive still. Gettysburg, nice digibook there. The Green Mile. And you got Taxi Driver, a nice addition here. Got some cool art cards in this as well. De Niro, Scorsese. I nothing else to say, man. Nothing else to say. You got the Godfather Trilogy, so all 3 films. Very nice packaging. Then you get some cool art cards and a booklet and other stuff. Very nice set. And I mean, what else do I guess? And what do I even have to say about the Godfather movies? Like, you already know. And if you don't, find out. Indiana Jones, Complete Adventures, so all 4 films. Raiders of the Lost Ark is a classic, phenomenal. You already know. Temple of Doom, I know there's a lot of fans of it, but I've never been really that big on it. I thought it was just very campy, and I don't know. I never was the biggest fan of it. The Last Crusade, Return to Form, might even edge out Raiders of the Lost Ark for me. I really enjoyed that, and I thought Sean Connery in it as Harrison Ford's father was great. I love the interaction between the two. And then the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I don't think it's as horrible to make it out to be. Definitely not as par of the other films. Even Temple of Doom, which I don't really care for that much, but it's not horrible. I mean, and we'll see if they continue on with the 5th one, because I know they're still saying that it was going to be made. Harrison Ford was going to be coming back to play Indiana Jones again, but we'll see. We'll see if it happens. And then we got the Rocky Undisputed Collection, so all 6 Rocky films. Great set. And lastly, we got the Hobbit Trilogy Extended Editions and Lord of the Rings Extended Edition Trilogy. Phenomenal editions. I love these, and I love that they, match pretty well. Alright, that will do it for this video. That's all my standard Blu-rays. And now, the last part will be my steelbooks. So, definitely look forward to that. That's definitely the one I'm most excited to do. If you haven't seen the first part, I did all my 4K movies, so definitely check that out. Link in the description below. Once again, thank you so much for watching. This has been Nihilist Flicks.